Kevin Samuels didn't make himself famous. We did. We, the Black female collective, made Kevin Samuel famous. But we didn't do it through love. We did it through outrage. Hold on. Before you get to commenting in disagreement, hear me out. So, yesterday was the anniversary of Kevin Samuels or Kitten Heel's death. And the irony of how he died still makes me chuckle. This video is not about bashing him. I'm not here to bash Kevin Samuels because you all know I didn't care for Kevin Samuels. I didn't hate him and I didn't love him. Like I was pretty much very much neutral or indifferent. When it comes to toxic men on the internet, ladies, the only energy that you should be putting out when it comes to these men is indifference. That's it. But it's not, again, this video is not about bashing him. This video is about holding up a mirror to ourselves. This is about attention, energy, and the lessons that we didn't learn soon enough. Because if you're using the internet in the year of our Lord 2025, and you still do not understand that attention is currency and that Black women are the economic engine of the internet, then you need to listen up. Take some notes, listen and learn. Because I do not know how some of you all don't understand that this is spiritual and this is all energetic. I don't understand. And you know what? This is the reason why my videos have been spiritually coded lately, because people don't understand that spiritual warfare, energies, and vibration is a thing. So I do not engage or participate in timelines that I'm not interested in, timelines that I do not want to create. Meaning that if I come across something, especially if it's something that was meant for rage bait or to extract energy from me, I observe and I move on. Or I say not interested and I move on. I refuse to engage in content and energies that was meant to incite some kind of strong emotional reaction from me. I don't do that. As soon as I feel like energy is leaving my body in a negative way, I'm out. This is one of the reasons why I do not argue. One thing you will never see me doing in my comment section here on YouTube is going back and forth with nobody on the internet. I don't know these people. I don't know y'all, and y'all don't know me, and I'm not going to be going back and forth with you. I moderate my comment section because as soon as I get a video that starts doing okay, I've never had a viral video, but as soon as I get a video that is doing okay, here comes the trolls in the comments talking shit, and some of them be leaving long ass novels. Like, listen, I've never in my life left a comment anywhere that was more than a paragraph. Because if you get a paragraph out of me, you're getting a lot. I've never done that. So what I would prefer to do, like, if I see a comment that moves me in a way that inspires me to respond to it, and I have more than a paragraph to say, I would make a video. I would make a video. That's how I reply to some of my comments. However, I digress because, again, I want this video to be short today. So let's talk about the rise of Kevin Samuels. The rise of Kevin Samuels was fueled by outrage. Outrage from Black women. Okay, and I'm specifically talking about Black women because, come on, it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious who was the most outraged by Kevin Samuels' content. Kevin Samuels transitioned from image consultant to relationship advice. And this is the information that I got doing my little research. Apparently, he was giving men advice on how to dress. He was adding, real value. But we all know that men don't give a shit about that. Men and do not care about improving themselves and becoming the best version of themselves. They don't care. All men want to do is complain and shift blame as to why they are losers. So, of course, he was never ever going to become famous if he had continued to make content based on image consultancy. So, he started making content, and his content was specifically targeted towards Black women just for shock value. This is my analysis of the situation. All right. The only video that I've seen of Kevin Samuels was that clip that went viral, the clip where he told the girl that she's average at best. And I saw that on Facebook, unfortunately. What I want to highlight here is the algorithmic dynamic. Because the more Black women were outraged, the more we commented, the more we stitched or repost or shared, the more we were commenting in the comment section, the more reposts. And the more we did that, the more the platforms rewarded him. Because I was seeing y'all posting his stuff on Facebook, Instagram, especially on Facebook, because I mean, back in 2022? Back in 2022, we was on Facebook a lot. And y'all were posting the video with captions like, oh, this man needs to be stopped, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but you posting his content, you sharing his content is not going to stop him. Y'all wasn't sharing Shiva's content like that. I'm just saying. Y'all will get on Shiva's video, you might comment or whatnot, but y'all will not sharing his content. Y'all don't share my content like that. Y'all don't share Shiva's content like that. Y'all don't do that. But y'all are sharing content that is designed to incite outrage. Where attention goes, energy flows. Whatever you put your attention on grows. It grows. It literally becomes an egregore. And if you do not know what egregore is, look it up. Do a quick Google search, okay? Because how is you sharing his videos and saying things like he needs to be stopped? Let's report his content, blah, blah, blah. How is that stopping him? How? Y'all don't understand how the internet works. Y'all don't have digital discernment. The algorithm doesn't care about intention. It rewards attention. That's what it does. And if I want to get attention, all I have to do is come on here and say the most outrageous things, and my videos are going to go viral. But that's not my style. I prefer to add value. What is the emotional cost of rage watching? Okay. You engaging in someone's content that is making you angry, making you uncomfortable. Okay. Because the toll of watching dehumanizing content, it lowers your vibration. Okay. Not only does it lowers your vibration, but it takes you to such a low state, like you are going to start questioning your self-worth. You're going to start questioning your sanity. You are not going to feel good energetically. And you all were sharing his clips, sharing the videos, trauma bonding, and trauma bonding with these clips and these videos or whatnot kept you locked in a cycle of anger and pain. Why were we so invested in proving him wrong? Why did we need this man to validate us? And by we, I mean y'all, because, I didn't give a shit. Okay, because it just baffles me that we as women do not know or do not understand that attention is energetic currency. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram rewards engagement regardless if it's negative or positive. They don't care. Okay. If I cared, I would leave my negative comments up. The reason why I don't leave them up is because I don't want you all going back and forth, because you all do not know how to stop and control yourself. You all do not know how to ignore these toxic men or whatever you want to call it. You all do not know how to ignore these toxic energies. You all always feel like you have to prove yourself and you always have to get the last word or whatnot. There's a term called outrage marketing. A lot of people use it, a lot of brands use it. And Kevin Samuels understands this very well, because outrage marketing is designed to trigger you because your reaction is the product. So whenever I see a brand make a racist ad, I just roll my eyes and keep scrolling. But you know what? Black people always fall for it. Always. Especially Black Americans. Like, y'all are super, super emotional and reactive, and people know this. And this is why they know if they want cheap, energetic, or emotional reactions, they know exactly who to target. Okay, because the rise of Kevin Samuels is a cautionary tale. You all know I couldn't make this video without touching on male identified women, male identification in women, and the need for approval, that desperate need for male approval and validation. You'll need to work on that. You'll need to heal that wound. Okay, because first of all, why did so many women feel the need to correct or debunk him? Why bother? Why give it your energy? If women had ignored Kevin Samuels like they should, he would not have gotten anywhere. we wouldn't be having this conversation. Because the painful truth here is many women still want to be validated by men, even by the ones that actively demean us. Let's talk about this digital discernment. I mentioned that earlier. Digital discernment is basically the practice of disengaging from content that drains your energy or disrespects you, no matter how viral it is. Strategic ignoring is not apathy, it's protection, and it's you taking back your power. Attention is currency. We do not owe every ignorant voice a reaction because, honestly, ladies, silence is the most effective resistance. It really is. So, what have we learned after his death? Nothing. We haven't learned anything because y'all will still get under these men's videos, disagreeing with them, arguing with them. First of all, I don't even know why you would do that because if a man wants me to argue with him, he has to pay me. I am not arguing with no man for free. I don't even argue with my husband. And the way that he died, okay, it's like this man got on here and basically said that he's a high value man and most women are average. Like first of all, I don't know exactly what he said because I never watched his video. I never engaged with his content. But I remember when I was making videos back in those days and I would go to my analytics. And this is something that you all don't know, okay? YouTube shows us who our viewers are watching. So my subscribers, YouTube tells me who you guys are watching the most. And Kevin Samuels used to be on there all the time. Like he was one of the number ones. He was on top. People that was subscribed to me were also watching Kevin Samuels' content religiously. But when he passed away, a lot of women were celebrating. A lot of women felt relieved, understandable. But we are still wrestling with the energy that he left behind. Most of us haven't learned our lesson, but I have, and I'm going to tell you what the lesson is. Listen up and write this down. The lesson: do not let your rage become someone else's revenue. I'm going to say it again. Do not let your rage become someone else's revenue. Don't let someone profit from your emotional reactions. Don't let someone profit from your anger. Don't do it. I am going to ask you ladies, and I'm doing this, I'm making this video from a place of love. And please listen to me, ladies. If you care about the message in this video, you will share this video, all right? Please, whatever you do, ladies, stop resharing harmful content for quote-unquote awareness. That content does not need awareness. If we ignore it, it will go nowhere. They will stop making the toxic content if we ignore it. Neville Goddard said, if you want something to go away, remove your attention from it. I should have started the video with that quote. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll go back and edit and start the video with that quote because that's one of the best quotes that I live by. All right, so what I want you to do also, ladies, is use the block, mute, ignore buttons as tools of energetic self-defense. Those tools are there for a reason. The block button exists for a reason. The mute button exists for a reason. If you have to share any content, make sure it's content that heals or teaches or empowers. And before you even engage with negative content, ask yourself this: who benefits when I give my energy to anger? Ask yourself that question. And the next question I want you to ask yourself is, am I feeding something that doesn't feed me? Am I feeding something that doesn't feed me? You got to remember that your attention is currency. Because think about it. How do some celebrities or influencers just fizzle out into obscurity? It's because people stop talking about them. People stop giving them their attention. There's a reason why the Kardashians are always in our face, because these women understand that attention is currency. They were the first people that really understood the value of that. And when I say people, people outside of Hollywood, because these girls were not Hollywood. I'm here to teach you digital hygiene. Detox yourself from harmful content, ladies. It is not worth it. Digital disentertainment is a thing. What is it? What does it mean? It's basically conscious refusal to engage with content that triggers, harms, or exploits you, even if it's entertaining or outrageous. We have to reclaim energetic sovereignty. There's a movement on the internet, and I know some of you all are aware of it. It's called the divestment movement, Black women divesting from Black men and the Black community. I have my issues with that community because I do not believe those women are fully and truly divested, which is one of the reasons why I stopped giving that community my attention, because I realized like a lot of these women were unhealed and they were basically trauma bonded. I don't think that that community is a healthy community for a woman to be in. You shouldn't stay in a community like that for too long. But I'm comparing it to like that, okay? Since we're talking about divesting, divest from toxic content. This is one of the reasons why I don't watch the news. I don't watch videos by men, especially red pill, angry men. I don't watch their videos. I don't share their videos. I don't do it. You have to stop the beast. Stop responding. Don't look at them. There's power in blocking. There's power in the silent unfollowing. You don't need to come on my videos and be like, oh, I'm unfollowing you. Like, you don't need to do that. Just unfollow me, girl. Okay, if you don't like my video, that's okay. I'm not mad. My content is not for everybody, so I'm not going to get mad if someone doesn't like my content. People come on here, and there are women that come on here and don't like the fact that I swear sometimes in my videos. I don't give a shit. If you do not like it, go to someone else's channel that don't swear. It's that simple. And it's funny because he was quickly replaced by other men, because this energy, okay, that energy that Kevin Samuel embodies, you got to remember that energy doesn't die. Energy does not die. Energy is immortal, I guess. It's infinite. I don't know. So I knew it was only a matter of time for someone to come up and replace him. These men just come up and replace him and saying the exact same thing. Okay, because Kevin Samuel wasn't the source, he was the symptom. Because as soon as Kevin Samuel passed away, who came up on the scene? Andrew Tate. And oh my God, he was way worse than Kevin Samuel. At least Kevin Samuel was funny. I've seen some of his clips. He seemed funny. So, in closing, ladies, Kevin Samuels is gone. But the lesson remains. You do not have to fight every demon. Not every battle is your own. Sometimes all you have to do is starve it and just mind your business. Go get your nails done, go get a massage, go to a nice hotel and get you a nice mimosa. Just do you. Do something for you. Preserve your energy and keep it for yourself, girl. I mean, because the question I have to ask you ladies before I go, have you noticed how your attention feed things that you hate? Have you noticed that? Let's talk about it in the comment section. I want you to tell me if you've ever noticed that your attention, regardless if it's negative or not, feeds the things that you hate. Kevin Samuels died in the arms of an overweight prostitute. The same type of woman that these men love to bash are literally the same women that they are sleeping with and the same women that are giving them the energy. There isn't a single Black man that is famous today that didn't become famous through the attention and support from Black women, because they know the support from Black men is fickle. The energy that they get from Black men is not potent. And it's not just Black men, just men in general. The only reason why he was getting attention from the men is because he was bashing women. And we know a lot of these men hate women. We know this. But I don't know. There was a lot of irony surrounding his death. And I just hope that moving forward that we truly understand how important our attention and energy is, how expensive it is. Your energy and your attention is expensive. Stop giving it away for free. Stop. Stop arguing with them in the comment section. Stop replying to the trolls. Just stop. Anyways, that's all I have to say for today, ladies. Thanks for listening.